Hello, today we're going over the general settings and mod guide for World of Warships. So we're going to be going over the general best settings for World of Warships, as well as how to install mods for warships and the mods that I'd recommend you'd be installing. So let's get started. For the settings here, we're going to be going over a few of them here that I'd definitely be recommending you set. So right now you can choose the crosshair. I have mine on dynamic. It pretty much makes it where when you're zooming in or out, the crosshair goes bigger or smaller. It makes it easier if you don't have the best eyesight. Static, and essentially what each of those ticks mean, like right here, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Essentially that means if a ship is going 30 knots at 10 kilometers, that's generally so a sense of how fast be going per, that's how much lead time you have to do for that. So that's how that is. If you want to keep it static so it doesn't change, you can do that. But if you want to have it dynamic, you can do that as well. So I'd recommend dynamic myself since I like dynamic. For the interfaces, so for the views, as you can see here, it shows it right here. It makes it where you see more information on the enemy targets. So above the ship, it'll show its name or how much HP it has, or the ship name, stuff like that, as well as more information for your reload and such as well. So I like having it full, so I do that. Team lineups, pretty simple. It shows your team lineup and the enemy. I have that on, pretty good. Performance, you can see if you're lagging or not, or if your computer's blowing up. The additional damage counter, that's for like potential damage and spotting damage. I like having that. It's pretty good. Player chat, you can change this in game as well. I have it on all, but you can have it for teammates vision or disable it. Up to you. Indicator here is for hitting terrain. This makes it where if you're aiming at somebody and you're behind an island, you will see if you're going to hit the island or the person. This is really useful so you're not just wasting a really long reload on hitting the island. So I like that one. The separate ammo type reload here. So for instance, if you have torpedoes and main guns, right? It'll show the reloads of the separate ammos, even if you don't have them selected. So say if you have your main gun selected and not your torpedoes. If you had this off, you'd only see the reload for your main guns. With this active, you're able to see both the reload of your torpedoes and your main guns. So it's very useful to have this on. The timers for modifiers. This is useful for seeing how long you're on fire for and for flooding, so you can make sure if you're going to stay alive or if you're dead. Camera positioning, how close you are to your target. Sorry, how close you are to your ship or far away. This is like a personal preference one, so I have mine at this, but that's up to you. I have it at -1 myself as well. If you play a lot of subs, you're going to want it above that, like 2. But I have it at -1 just because I like that, but I like seeing the ship bigger, so that's why I like it, but everyone has their preference on this one. Tracking the target. This means that whenever you are having a target selected, it will track the target so you don't have to move your mouse. Very useful. Automatically switches cameras between the main guns and torpedoes. This is useful as well. So if you have your main guns and you use torpedoes, it automatically switches the camera to that. Enables camera feedback when damage is taken. Personal preference. Restore the camera position when exiting free look. Yes, that is very important. So for instance, let's say about this. Imagine that you are looking toward a ship on your starboard, but you also want to look left without turning your turrets. You can hold right click and turn and look at the other side of the, like look wherever else you want. And then when you let go of the free look, you're then able to, it'll automatically go to where you're aiming. So it means that you can see if someone's shooting you or see where someone is or do like a little scouting around or looking around while you still are aimed on that target. So it's very useful for ships that have very long turret traverses. Very nice indeed. So highly recommend this one. For mouse, personal preference. Controls, armament. I have it for my 2 mouse buttons. I have the select priority for sectoring in space. Makes it where it's easier for you to sector your anti-air. I like this one a lot. I think that's the only one for that. For other, collision avoidance. Oh my god, this is so annoying. So if you ever have it where your ship just automatically steers itself away from an island, yeah, this is because of that. So turn that sucker off. It's really annoying when you're actually trying to beach on purpose to save yourself and it just turns you and you dodge it. Yeah, that's pretty annoying. Skip video at the start when you're loading the game. Up to you. And showtime import. There's that. So those were the general like setting guides I would recommend for World of Warships. Now, moving on from that is going to be the really juicy bit of this video is going to be about the mods. So in the description of this video, there is going to be a link. That is going to be for the Aslains WoWs mod pack. And I'll show that here on stream real quick. It is this website right here. Now, Aslains has been doing mods for World of Warships for a very long time. You may know who he is. Make sure to check him out. Donate to him as well if you do use his mods. It does help him be able to keep doing it. He does mods for World of Warships, for World of Tanks. He does mods for a lot of different people. And I would highly recommend his mods. Now, you don't have to use a different link for any new mods that he does. He's really smart with this. What he does is that every time he updates the mods, it's automatically right here on this page. So whenever there's a new mod, you just go to his link and bam, you can instantly download the mod here. So I'm going to open this up and show you guys. So all you have to do is you see that on the top of the screen. Well, you'll see it over there. And yeah, you'll see it right there. Yeah, some computers aren't going to recognize this as a safe app, but I assure you it is safe, as you can see. All right, so moving on from there, as you can see, it shows as English right here. So pick whatever language you have. And then moving on from there, we'll be waiting for that to pop back up, which should be any moment now. All right, so let me just switch back to, let me turn this off real quick so I can switch this back so it's easier for you to see. All right, how do I have to keep this in the background? So, all right, so here's the World of Warships Aslains mod pack. Also, in the description of the video is going to be the list of names of ships that of mods that I use personally. So I'll be showing you guys those mods here as well, so it's easier for you to find. As you can see, it shows you what file you're going to be putting it in. All right, so here are the mods. There are a lot of mods in here, and I know that it's going to be a little bit overwhelming, but you're like, oh, how am I supposed to know what these mods do? Well, he was very kind enough to show, if you click on show description, very kind enough to show you right here where you can see the picture of it right there. So when you click on these mods, you're able to see what they do. So Team HP by Taro. It also gives a description of the mod. That's very useful. So thank you, Aslains, for that. So all the mods that I'm using are listed except for a few that are like streamer ones. So if you are trying to do that right now, pause the video and look at the names. Make sure you guys click that for sure. So I'll be going through all these. The first one is going to be the Team HP by Pearl. This allows you to see your Team HP in the enemy. Very useful when being able to tell how good the match is going or not, to see how aggro or aggressive you have to be. Sorry, aggro or passive. Consumable Monitor. This allows you to see the consumables of your teammates. This helps you know if, like, per se, like, you have a Des Moines in your match, right? Say you are wondering if he's going to have Hydra, or you can ask him when his radar is or when his Hydra is. You don't really have to ask him when. You can just look and see when it is. So it's really useful for team play. It's also really good for clan battles or ranked. Anywhere where you're more team focused, it's very useful for that regard. Detection Monitor. This allows you to see when your allies are detected. Even if you have teammates that don't want to talk to you and don't want to say anything, you can still see when those suckers are spotted. So you can use information of them being spotted to help narrow down where someone is. Very useful. Smoke Marker. This mod allows you to see the middle of a smoke pack. This one's pretty dirty. I'm on the borderline of not using it, but this allows you to see where smoke is on the mini map as well as on the map. So you can see where the smoke is on the mini map, so you can see if there's someone standing behind you, or you can see where a smoke is, and then you can also see the little smoke puffs to figure out where someone is and try to blind fire them, essentially. Very useful. Is say you're looking at somewhere else and then you can see a smoke just going across the mini map. I was like, oh, okay, there's someone right there. So I like that one a lot. The numerical battery on submarines. I like this one because I'd rather see the numbers so I can have a better time of hunting them down. It's like, oh, okay, he has 30 seconds left, besides of just seeing a line, right? So I like that one. Advanced Torpedo Marker. This is very useful against submarines, as in, like, if you were fighting one. This mod allows you to see when a submarine's ping, like when the torpedoes stop homing on you. It has a marker that shows when the submarine torpedoes are homing in on you, and then then it has that turn off on the torpedo, which allows you to be able to dodge the torpedoes better. So a lot of the time you're trying to guess when the homing stops. This pretty much shows you when the homing stops, which it's still coming at you, of course, but it allows you to be able to dodge them easier. Minimap by Taro. One of the best mods in the game. This gives you so much information on it. It shows you where RPF is for your team if they run the mod. So like you can see where whatever RPFs your team radio locations they're using. It shows very useful. It's very customizable. Highly recommend this mod 1000%. I love it. Also, one of the best mods in the game. They just need to add this in the base game. This shows the submarine pings on the minimap as well as on the surface. So if they ping, you see that little dot and you hear it as well. You hear it. You hear a ping and then you also see it. One of the most important things in the game. Yeah, I love it. You need to get this if you hate subs. You'll love it. It also shows where oil marks are. So if a submarine has been wounded and it's leaking oil, you'll see where that ping is well. Yeah, I think it's pretty dirty, but so are submarines, so screw them. Another great mod is the ship info panel. This shows when you're locked onto a target, the ship speed, the concealment, the reload, how long the torpedoes are, reload times. Need I say less? This is a very useful tool. Say you forgot what something is, you just log on to, oh, this is what it is. Super useful information. Now it doesn't, I'm trying to remember if it shows like the best build. I think it just shows the base as in not built. And that's kind of what it does. Like it's a base build. It doesn't show you what their build actually is. It shows the base, like bare bone, no build anything ship, right? And that information is useful enough as it is. Because of course, if it showed what the enemy build is, that'd be practically cheating, which I don't condone that. Secondary Armanent Status. This shows when essentially the percentage health of your secondaries and your anti-airs. This allows you to see, hey, my secondaries are down, maybe I shouldn't be so aggro, or hey, my anti-airs are maybe I shouldn't be as aggro, stuff like that. Also, the fact that your modules heal, you can also see when your modules are healing back, so you can be more aggro with that as well. Regen Assistant. This allows you to see when you're practically about to heal, right? Like when you're maximizing your heal, so you don't have to leave it up to chance. It allows you to use your heal better. Module State Viewer. This allows you to see the HP of your modules. Anti-air secondaries. When they're knocked out, you can see them, as well as, like, I think when they're low health, you can as well. Torpedoes, main guns, you'll see all of that. It's amazing. I love this. Super cool. Intuitions. This allows you to see if there are multiple people locked onto you with radio location. This is very important in clans battles as well as ranked, to see how many people are potentially about to F you over. I like this one a lot. Streamer mode. That's for me. You guys don't need that. It pretty much makes it where you just see player names. If you guys ever see my videos and wonder why I don't see player names, that's why. So there's that. AFK monitor. It allows you to see if someone is AFK in a match or crashes. If you yourself crash, when you come back in, everyone's going to look AFK to you, but like in here, like with the colors. So like they'll show up as orange here. That's the gist of it. All right, numerical HP on HP on squadrons. This shows the HP pool of the planes that are coming at you. So you can see how royally effed you are when you see an FDR with like 70,000 HP for his planes. Yeah. Score timer. This allows you to see how much time is left before enemy wins or you. Very, 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 very important for being able to know more info on being able to push in or being passive. Like if you're going to win, if you're going to lose. Very useful. Shot timer. Tells you how long you have until you're dark after you shoot a gun. Radar timer shows how long you're being radared for. It's good if you kind of memorize how long a radar is normally for a ship. You can kind of tell, oh, hey, Masa has like a 45-second radar, and then you can be like, okay, you have a timer on how long it is before you push out an accident and get yourself blown up. Advanced battle timer just makes it where you can move it around. Not super useful, it's just something I like. Numerical capture time on objectives. This shows you the timer for how long it's going to take for something to be captured. So say you are, let's say like it's not you, or like say like the enemy is about to capture something. You can see how long it is until it gets captured, or your allies. Very useful for information on trying to push into a cap to stall it or contest it, or if you can leave and let your allies do it, or either or, right? Just very useful information. Travel time to capture point. This is very useful as well. This allows you to see how far away you are to a capture point, if you're going to make it in time, or how like much of a rush you are. Very important. Ribbons V2. These are ribbons that are from Legends that I personally like. If you ever seen my videos and wondering why my ribbons look like Legends, that's why. They look really good, and I think they're really cool. Because, yeah, there's a lot of mods in here. A lot. WoW's Paint is that tool you see that where I paint like on the screen to show strategies and stuff. That's what I use. Super cool. But there are tons of mods in here, and you can go through here yourself and take them and take a look and see which ones you're interested in. Compact carousel. This just makes it easier for you to compact your ships. Not in battle. It just hides when you go into battle. And you can also lock your frames. So it allows you to hear sounds when minimized. If you ever wanted to be able to hear the game when you're alt tabbed, there's a mod for that. Besides, you don't have to go into the files anymore. This will do it for you. So thank you, Aslains, for that as well. The FPS limiter. I love having this since I'm a streamer. If you're not a streamer, this doesn't really matter as much unless you just don't want to overwork your computer. But I do limit my computer since I'm a streamer. I don't want my computer being at 100% all the time, or it causes choppiness in the stream. So I limit my frames for my game lower. So there's that. But yes, that's how you install the mod installer. After that, you click next, and then you do remove all here. If this is like really big, you can delete this too, but as of right now, mine isn't, so I don't have to worry about that. But always have this checked when you're doing it, and then you click next. It will then show what mods you're running like this, and then you click install. And that's it. That's how you install aslains. I think that pretty much covers the mods and how to install them. And I covered every single mod that I recommend, and I have the list as well as in the description. So if you guys have any questions or concerns or anything like that, let me know. Aslains is the best mod that I would recommend. I used to use the official World of Warships mod installer, but over time, the Aslains one is they update it way faster on patch day. Also, if you guys are worried about any of those mods that are on there being illegal, no. All the mods that are on the Aslains mod pack installer for World of Warships, all of those are pre-approved by Wargaming themselves, and you'll not get in trouble for any of them, by the way. None of them will get you in trouble, so feel free, have at it. A general tip for mods: the less mods you have, the better. If you have way too many, it can cause instability with the game. So for me, I'm at that borderline where it could potentially be too much. But that's because I'm a streamer, so I have a few more than you guys will, but you guys will be fine otherwise. Also, if you guys have any problems with mods, you guys run the game in safe mode without mods, so you can do it that way. But yes, thank you guys again for watching. And if you guys haven't already, make sure to subscribe to my YouTube membership that brought to you by World of Warships, where you get a super container mission for 99 cents, and you just do 10 battles. It does help me a lot for you guys doing that as well. And you guys support me as well as getting a super container for you guys once a month. So thank you all for watching, and see you guys in the next video.